what's the next one? Did I already? Yeah. $10 from Tony Esquire, sending some super chat support for my guy Sergio. Dude, thank you so much, Tony. That was a funny comment you left on YouTube earlier too, by the way. $5 from Just Jerry. Okay, I see you. Bartenders make me a Bill Cosby. Oh, I don't know. Is that actually a drink? That's fucked up. If that's actually a drink.
It's not.
That is so fucked up. If that would have
To
been
Bill,
one.
it is.
Yeah, make sure there's no other chats. Yeah. All right. Good job.
I hope not.
The last question that we did was the love one, right? Yeah. How can you tell when you're in love? We're gonna start on this end this time. How can you tell when you're actually in love with somebody?
Wow, that's crazy. I don't know. I feel like it's when you're willing to sacrifice like your own time, your money.
I agree with that.
I really feel like it's like I've been in situationships and things where, I was like, no, I don't want to. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to give up the girls' night for you. Like, I don't want to. But I feel like when you really care for someone, like, you want to be the first person they call when they're in trouble. Like, you want to provide security for them, hoping they provide security for you.
Yeah, I would argue if you don't want to do it for the guy, he's not that guy.
Right. Like, if I don't want to
he's a simp beta cuck.
If I don't want to sacrifice time with my girls, if I don't want to sacrifice time with my work,
it's a priority change.
Yeah, right. If I don't want to put him up on the priority list, as Matt said, like, you're probably not someone I love. He's a simp beta cuck.
He's a simp beta cuck.
But there's definitely been things where there's been relationships, where I felt like I love that person and I was definitely making sacrifices.
But do girls like betas? That's the question.
No. So like, here's the thing. They think they do. They're like, oh, I like somebody to buy me this stuff and do all this shit. Y'all really don't. The guys that y'all really love are the guys that you chase.
Is that necessarily a beta?
Yeah. No. So I believe that just the beta is just the guy that's like always secondary to the alpha. So like, if we just categorize it as that, he's just the guy that's always taking the L. He's just the guy that his girlfriend's gonna break up with him and go to the alpha. Sooner or later. Maybe she'll stay with him for a while, but. Like, really, it just comes down to, like, being a beta bucks, though. And a beta bucks is just a simp. I always say, like, what a simp is, ladies, is just an unequal exchange of value. So, like, a guy that's, like, taking you on 2, 3, 4 dates and you haven't given him anything in return, like, not a kiss, nothing, like, that guy's simping at that point. He's sitting there trying to get something, or, like, I even consider liking a picture simping. And a lot of people hate when I say this shit, but I don't like giving validation to women. I don't think there's a point in me liking a girl's picture and me getting nothing in return out of it. There's never been a time where a girl got a like from a guy and was like, oh my God, I can't wait to fuck him because he liked my picture. It's just like, it's stupid. It's a waste of a guy's time to do it 9 times out of 10. So I tell guys not to do it. And to me, it's a vicious cycle. Like, if a guy if he likes pictures, he probably also comments a bunch. I bet he's also willing to send a girl $10 if she asks for it. I bet he's also willing to and the thing is, a simp is just somebody who hasn't became a trick yet. Like, they just haven't got to that point where they're willing to pay for the There's somebody who's like comfortable spending $30 or $100 every week, and they're like, fuck, I might as well just fucking spend the $500 and get the fuck the girl. He just hasn't got to. And I would also argue every guy is also a simp until he learns. So most guys, because Disney and society, we're told, take care of women, buy flowers, do all this extra shit. Like, until you learn, damn, these bitches really don't give a fuck about me, and I keep getting taken advantage over and over and over by these girls finessing me. Y'all gotta also remember, most guys get finessed, ladies. Like, y'all may not finesse guys, but y'all gotta understand, when a guy gets on these dating apps or meets girls and stuff, he can get finessed out of buying bags, sending them money, doing all this stupid shit. But here's the thing: guys get finessed out the box, or guys get finessed out the bag. Y'all get finessed out the box. There's a lot of women who fucking fuck guys, and they don't put them in the relationships. They never give them a fucking ring or anything, and then they sit there and get finessed out their pussy for fucking 5 years. So it goes both ways. It goes both ways. There's dumbass dudes that begin finessed out their money, but there's dumbass bitches that begin finessed out their pussy. It goes both ways.
I agree.
Yeah, it sucks on both sides, guys. Just make sure you're not one of the ones getting finessed, Back to that question. I gotta scroll back down to it. How do you know when you're in love?
I mean, it's just a feeling. I could go on like a whole list, but it would just be. I mean, it's situational. We don't have enough time, but it's just a feeling. I just know I've been in love before, a few times.
But there's not like a distinct thing that like kind of makes you be like, oh, dude, this is it.
No, there's nothing I could exactly pinpoint. I mean, kind of what Kaylee said, like just prioritizing them and
prioritizing.
Yeah, I mean that would be the main.
And I would agree with y'all on that one, definitely. What do you think, man? How can you tell when you're in love?
I don't think you can tell until you actually lose that person for a short amount of time.
That's actually
that's
actually like kind of like a good thing to kind of think about. Yeah.
Because I'll say this because I feel like every relationship kind of starts the same.
Yeah.
You all do the same thing. You go on it's the same rotation. It's dinner. It's hanging out. It's this and that. It's, for a guy buying someone something, not
honeymoon phase.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not making a fucking ego scene right here, but I will say I feel like I'm just have an alpha personality.
Yeah.
But I feel like buying someone something, I don't think it's necessarily a simp or a beta move. I think it's just it's a gesture.
Yeah, you can be nice. It's just don't be too nice.
Yeah.
Don't go buy like the $10,000 purse, Like you can be nice, just don't take it too far.
I think it depends what your means are.
Yeah, right? It also depends. Yeah, because if that's like a penny to you because you're a billionaire, then then you're, and that's another reason why like the sipping is so crazy today, because there's some guys with crazy amounts of money, and it's literally nothing to them for them to spend $500 and trick off. So it's like it's way different.
Yeah. And after the honeymoon phase, I think everyone here can say it's just you go into this like it's just this pattern. It's just schedule. It's this. It's what you think is right. It's what feels comfortable throughout the day. I don't think until you lose that person, whether it be temporarily, permanently, until you actually realize that you actually do love that person.
Yeah.
I think there's also a difference between loving that person and still wanting to be with them and still just loving that person.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this about my ex, Emily. I don't know if you guys know her or not, but love her to death. Like, we will not work. It will not work. But I will say this, to the day I die, I'll always be here for her. It's just one of those things where I feel like we didn't work out together, but I never said I fell out of love with her. It was just, it's a change in life. And that's where I think age is the big thing. I think that you said you didn't know earlier, like you don't know what you want. And I think that's okay at your age. I think no one knows what they want until they've experienced all these things. And that's when you decide what you do or you do not want. Mm-hmm. That's when you can filter out the bullshit, which goes on to your thing. That's where as a guy, you can say, hey, no, like I'm not going to put up with this and I'm going to stop this now. And that's where I think alpha and beta comes into play. Mm-hmm. Being a beta is going through like the same patterns you've already gone through in life and not putting a stop to it. Mm. It's not addressing your opinion. It's not telling, whatever girl you're with.
Not standing up.
Yeah, it's not saying up for yourself. It's literally just backing down because you're comfortable with what you have, or maybe she looks a certain type of way or has a certain social status, so you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Then, but you have to just kind of go through, hey, is this worth it? Am I going to fucking suffer my day based on the bullshit you put me through? Rather, I'm just going to bring it up front right now. If it goes this way, great. If it goes that way, cool. We're good.
Yeah. And ladies, I want to bring up, like why I brought up the age thing. The only reason why I bring this up is because there's a phenomenon that's going on today that's very unique, something that hasn't happened throughout history for us. And women are waiting until 30, 35 to settle down and decide, I want to have kids, I want to have a family and stuff. And this is what sucks. Like, men and women, we're not the same. Y'all have all the privilege and all y'all's value up front at 18 years old. When you're 18, 19, 20, 21, you have all this beauty, and like men really give a fuck about youth, because y'all when y'all hit 35, it's geriatric pregnancy. Y'all are losing eggs like crazy as time goes on. We really give a fuck about age. So say and y'all are all super beautiful ladies, y'all are all bottle girls, y'all are all the type of girls that y'all don't struggle in dating at all, okay? And I get that. But when you get to a certain age, I don't know when this age is, every woman's different, it's called the wall. And when you hit the wall, you realize you don't get the same dudes. You don't pull shit like you did when you were 19 or when you were 20. And that's what I'm worried about women hitting usually. And a lot of my shows, sometimes I have to teach women this shit, because it's like, I have some women who have come on. I think you've been on a few episodes where we have women that are 30, 35, and they're like, yeah, this shit does suck. I am struggling really hard. I can't get the same guys. Like, I'm not having the same ability to find a husband and possibly have kids and stuff. And it's okay if this isn't your focus. I always have to, say this with an exception. Yeah. Well, no, it's not their fault at all. No, I would say that if we really want to point a finger, I always say it's the 1%'s fault why everything's fucked up today. It's not men's fault. It's not women's fault. It's the devalue. What do you mean?
It's a social construct, society has created these standards.
No, because once again, we're going to go back to biology. If we look at biology, men are hardwired to want youth in women, and y'all are hardwired to want a provider, a protector, a guy that has experience, okay? Y'all, let's go back to what I was talking about earlier about women and mate guard and stuff. Trauma, okay? There's a reason why we want women with no trauma, because that goes into my children. If a woman has trauma, if she's 30, 35 years old and she's gone through a bunch of trauma, that goes into your children. No, it really does. Like, and there's studies for this. Like we can look and see that like women who date or who have higher body counts, your relationship is less likely. There's a 13% chance.
But it makes it a little bit better.
Yep.
It makes it.
Okay.
I'm being honest. Like people that feel like that grow up through with a different childhood, with a rougher childhood, I feel like act different than people who haven't. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that makes I think it makes people more real. And I think two, I think it adds a little bit of excitement in your life. And it's
I fully agree. So like one of my favorite stories is like the story of the twin brothers, and like they both had an alcoholic father. One of them was like, I'm never going to become an alcoholic, and he became a great man because he never touched alcohol because of what he saw his father as. And the other brother became an alcoholic because he said, my father's an alcoholic, that's what I must become. So I agree with you, bro, but the thing is that there's exceptions to the rule and then there's generalities. Okay,
that's fair.
And like and I will always preach, though, I'm an exception, bro. You're probably an exception too. There's a lot of guys that are exceptions to the rules and broke through hard barriers, but a lot of men fucking fail from those barriers. Like they actually don't make it through those type of things.
Hey y'all, Sergio here. I just want to mention I've created a completely free guide that shows you exactly how I went from having low confidence and being painfully awkward around women to easily meeting and dating numerous high-quality, desirable women in real life without the use of any dating apps or social media. So if you're struggling to get out there, if you have approach anxiety or don't know what to say or how to interact with women to make them want you and are sick of using dating apps with low-value girls that hundreds of other guys have been chatting with, click the link in the description below to grab your free guide right now. And if you want private mentorship with me personally to help guide you every step of the way in this process, check out my mentorship program in the description too. I would be happy to help you reach your dating goals and overcome any obstacle you may face. And trust me, if I can do it, you can do it too. I hope to see you soon. Peace out.